The Lusitania, a boat that's going to sink, causing a number of problems, only making the situation of World War I worse. Now, it's important to understand that German U-boats at this time are causing havoc. They are causing a series and a number of just really, really big problems. The British are not too fond of this. The German, they're enjoying this because it gives them naval superiority, something they have never had. Now, these U-boats are simply submarines, and they're going to be really hard to block. Now, the British are going to try to respond by this, but they're going to blockade the German Navy. Now, the Germans, if they want to get out into the Atlantic Ocean, they've got to go through the North Sea, which is controlled by Great Britain. So as you can see right through here, they're going to set up a blockade, one in the distance between Norway and Great Britain, Scotland area. Another set of blockades they're going to set up really from the Netherlands through Norway. It's going to be very hard for the German Navy to get out. However, they're going to try to do this, causing a number of naval battles. The goal behind this was if the British can block the German Navy from getting out, it's going to severely weaken the Germans, allowing them to win. Additionally, you can stop economic stuff, trading from happening here. Nothing's getting in, nothing getting out, hurting the German Empire immensely. This is going to be not going well. So what's going to happen is the German U-boats are going to be sneaking out of this because they can go under the blockade. There's going to be naval mines they're going to try to use to stop this. However, they're going to keep going. There's going to be the ship called the Lusitania. Now, the Lusitania is a passenger ship, much like the Titanic was. A passenger ship just like that, to kind of give you some visual reference to think of what it's like. Now, the Germans are going to believe that this ship is carrying weapons that are going to be used against Germany in war. As a result, they go ahead and sink this ship. They do this in order to protect themselves and try to stop things from getting worse. However, the British are not very happy by that. They're going to be simply stating, this was a passenger ship that you just sank. You just sank a passenger ship, killing innocent civilians, claiming it was an act of war. Now, this is important to understand, was this just? Looking back on the just war theory, was this a just thing to do? Realizing of the 1,959 people on board, 1,198 of them were killed. Was this just for the British or the Germans to sink a British ship that they believed was carrying weapons? Okay, it's going to cause a lot of tensions. Americans particularly are going to be upset by this. There's a number of Americans on board. The United States is trying to stay out of the war. However, this is going to kind of get them propelled into the war a little bit more than they really would have liked to at this time period. In reality, the ship was packed full of weapons in addition to the passengers. So whether or not it was just is really kind of going to depend on your interpretation of the war, where you're looking at that. I'm going to let you make up your own mind on that, but the British are going to say this was a passenger ship, you sunk and killed a number of innocent civilians. The Germans are saying, yes, we did, but it was your fault for putting weapons on that ship in the first place and endangering the lives of those innocent civilians. Now, this brings us to Sarajevo. Sarajevo is the capital of Bosnia-Herzegovina today, part of Croatia at this time period within the Austro-Hungarian Empire. Now, there's a lot of nationalist fervor going on in the Austro-Hungarian Empire, particularly with the Serbians. Now, you can see on this map right up here the different ethnicities that are a part of Austria-Hungary. Okay, now, Austria-Hungary is a very diverse empire. It's very hard to control a very diverse empire, and that's going to be causing a lot of problems, especially with the Serbs. Now, if you look on the map, Sarajevo is located on the bottom portion of the Austro-Hungarian Empire, okay, and regions controlled by the Croats and the Serbs, okay. The Croatians and the Serbians are in this area. They do not like the Austro-Hungarians at all. They would like to be their own country, doing their own thing. Then, on June 28, 1914, everything is going to happen. It's going to hit the fan. Archduke Franz Ferdinand, okay, the future heir to the Austro-Hungarian throne, is going to visit Sarajevo, and his goal is to ease the tensions of what's going on here in Sarajevo. There is an assassination plot, though, that is taking place. They set a bomb. The bomb misses Archduke Franz Ferdinand. This is bad. The man who tries to plant this bomb then goes to jump in the river, shoot himself and jump in the river. He shoots himself in a non-lethal way, jumps in the river, and the river is about 3 meters deep, does not drown in that river. 3 feet, not 3 meters deep, does not drown in that river, is arrested. The assassination plot fails at this time period. Franz Ferdinand feels that he is safe and continues on with the rest of his trip. Now, it's going to bring us to Gavrilo Princip, this man right here. He's a 19-year-old student, and he's a member of the Black Hands. Now, the Black Hands are a Serbian nationalist organization. He knows of the assassination plot. He is upset that it failed, and he's simply sitting there in a little cafe on the street with a pistol in his bag when he looks down the street and sees the Archduke coming down the street. He quickly thinks that this is his chance to assassinate the Archduke, and he's going to stand up, run, steps on the floorboard of the car, fires 2 shots. Okay, the first shot he fires into the neck of Archduke Franz Ferdinand. Okay, the second one he is going to aim, and he hits Sophie in the stomach, killing her. She was pregnant at this time period, so she kills Sophie, Franz Ferdinand's wife, their unborn child, and the Archduke Franz Ferdinand as well. Also in the car was the governor. Gavrilo Princip states that he was actually trying to kill the governor and not Sophie. Whether or not this is actually the case, we will never know. Princip steps up, shoots Sophie, as I said, Franz in the neck, Sophie in the stomach, and that is going to be the end of Franz Ferdinand and Sophie Ferdinand. Now, any questions, please comment it down below. Otherwise, I will see you later. Good luck.